Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and I have a different video for you today. This is a request from a while back where someone was asking me, like, how do I make The Sims 4 more exciting? So I sat back for a while and came up with a list on how I make my game more exciting, and hopefully for those of you who are in a bit of a rut with The Sims 4 or just having a really hard time finding enjoyment with it, this will help you all too. The first point I came up with is to be more open-minded. Before I get into my more specific ideas, I had to start off with this one, since it'd be very tough to do those other things without first finding some acceptance from within. The Sims 3 is not the same as The Sims 2, and The Sims 4 will not become the same as The Sims 3. While there's some features from previous games that I very badly want to see in The Sims 4, at the same time, I know there's a good chance some of those will never return, that the developers do want to make The Sims 4 be its own thing. Acknowledging that has made the game easier for me to enjoy it for what it has, rather than dwelling on what it does not have. And as the game is getting more and more content, both for free and through paid DLC, it has gotten easier as well. And I've gone through that with every Sims game. I've been playing since The Sims 1, so I kind of know this cycle. It's still hard sometimes to wait for some of my favorite features like pets and seasons to return. But yes, I always know that even though it does take a few years, each Sims game has thrived on its own merits. And I do feel like The Sims 4 is progressing towards that, especially within the past year or so. Alright, so my next idea is to play with families and relationships that you don't really do often. And what I mean by that is, well, most of the time I play as either a single sim or a family of 4. But then I find the game a bit more interesting at times when I try and deviate from that and do something different. The gameplay footage you're seeing here is of a pair of siblings living on their own in San Myshuno. Since their parents are no longer around, it's the responsibility of the older sister Aqua to be the parent and raise the younger sister Julia. And when I got parenthood, I was able to make Aqua the designated caregiver. Having so much focus on sisterly bonding really makes this household interesting for me and really shakes up my typical playing habits. Another example comes from trying to add more drama to your Sims. Normally my Sims are very good to each other and just generally goody two-shoes, but that can also get boring after a while. So I have Sims like Cynthia and Damon who go around romancing multiple Sims at the same time and just generally causing trouble. So the third point I came up with is use every bit of content that you own for The Sims 4. You might be surprised, you could like a feature that you wouldn't have expected to like in the first place. For example, I like the ice cream machine from Cool Kitchen Stuff a lot more than I thought I would. It has a lot of depth with many different combinations of toppings and flavors, and then there's the many ice cream flavors that you can learn to make as your cooking skill gets better. And then after Dine Out was released, I've put ice cream in pretty much all of the restaurants that I have in my game. So other packs actually help others become more useful as well if you own multiple packs. And this kind of leads into my next point. Buy more add-on packs. I know The Sims can be a pretty expensive hobby, but I definitely don't recommend playing any Sims game with just the base game and nothing else. I quite frankly think that's pretty boring because the base game is, well, basic. It doesn't have much flavor to it. Yeah, I know, it's kind of an unintentional pun, considering I just talked about ice cream, but yeah, the expansion packs, game packs, and stuff packs all add a lot more flavor to the game that also add more depth as well, and helps you keep coming back for more. Parenthood here is actually a pretty good example since it does have a long-lasting impact on your Sims children, where they can raise their character values and get exclusive traits that you couldn't get normally. I could easily do separate videos of what stuff packs, game packs, and expansion packs I recommend most, but generally I've been consistently most satisfied with the game packs because while they're not as large in size as the expansion packs, they go more in depth with what they add than what an expansion pack has. And yeah, there actually hasn't even been one game pack that I've not been satisfied with overall so far. My next idea is, after buying more packs, update at least some of the houses and venues that you already have in your game with the new content. In my opinion, The Sims is at its best when you make multiple packs work together. For example, I updated the karaoke bar in the Spice District of San Myshuno with content from various packs, but I mainly focused on adding a basement where there's a Void Critter gym for my kids to enjoy, thanks to Kids Room stuff. Another example is when I used bowling stuff to add a bowling alley to the Narwhal Arms nightclub in Windenburg from Get Together. Since each new world we get comes with only base game content and the content of that pack that it comes with, there's always plenty of room for improvement and to make the worlds even more fun, and I definitely get more enjoyment out of my game when I have things like these to play with. You may remember a few months ago, Lil Simsy put this Simsy save up for download, where she updated every community lot, put in some more homes, and added a bunch of pre-made Sims. It really helps demonstrate what I mean, and it also leads into my next idea. My next idea is to see what other Simmers are doing with their games, whether they're your favorite YouTubers, Twitch streamers, story writers, machinima makers, whatever. You just see what they're doing with their games, and maybe you'll be hit with some inspiration. One thing in particular that's become very popular in the Sims community is to do challenges created by other Simmers, such as the Not So Berry Challenge and the Random Genetics Challenge. This could encourage you to explore the game in new ways, similar to what I was saying earlier about creating drama with your Sims. Speaking of challenges, one other idea is to play through all the skills and careers that you have not maxed out yet. While I've touched upon all of the careers and skills in some way, I've actually maxed out very few of them. There's lots of cool rewards from leveling them up, so that's a nice incentive to do it, on top of giving the game more replay value. My last idea is to use mods and custom content. It's no secret that I enjoy using them, to the point where I honestly think that you're missing out if you play an unmodded game, and I think this is something that applies to all Sims games, not just The Sims 4. Sure, there are drawbacks to using mods and custom content, like making sure that they're up to date with the latest patches and that kind of stuff, but overall, I think you're gaining a lot more with expanded options and content that you'll have in your game. A shining example of this is the Road to Fame mod, which is very detailed and adds the ability to make your Sims able to get famous. There's other mods like the MC Command Center and UI Cheats extension that makes the game easier to manage. And with custom content, you'll just have a lot more options for customizing your Sims and their homes. Some of my favorite Sims have actually been inspired by custom content, and since I go with what's called Maxis Match CC, these Sims blend well with everyone else living in my Sims worlds. And there you have it. That's how I make The Sims 4 more exciting. I hope this video helped you all think of ways to get more out of this game, and let me know your ideas to make The Sims 4 more exciting in the comments section below. Please spread this video if you feel that it did help you out. So be sure to leave a like or comment or even subscribe, because it lets me know that you like my channel and my videos, and it helps you keep up to date more easily with the latest content from me. I do videos on The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!